Hi folks, Dan Dale here with Total Sales Solutions. Today we're going to list one of those trucks that, Dad, if you watch many of our videos, you've heard my dad talk about how hard this truck or that truck may be to find. Well, in this case, it really is one of those trucks that's that hard to find. It's a loaded up 2010 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD LTZ. And it's got everything on it, and I mean everything. Just traded in at the local GMC dealer on a brand new one. Got 238,000 miles, but as you can see, does not look it. Runs and drives perfect. Shifts out like it should. No squeaks, no rattles, no dents, no dings. Just a super clean truck that's just as nice in person as it's going to look in these pictures. Now let me take you around it. First of all, you can see these bumpers. The chrome is not peeling on the grill or the bumpers like they often do. Now I'm going to nitpick and say there is one tiny little ding about the size of my fingernail right there if you're going to nitpick. So that's about the only thing I can find to nitpick. It's got a matching set of Toyo open country tires. Are 17-inch, big 285 series, so they give it a good look. But they're 17, so you're not gonna have to take out a second loan on it to put new tires in. Looking inside, you can see I've been stepping in and out at a gravel parking lot and got it a little dirty, but it's a clean truck. Seats aren't ripped or torn. One tiny little, just a crack, but you don't really notice it. It's pretty much invisible. Look at the carpet, see how clean it is. Just my dirty feet on it. Armrest, not ripped or torn. Got navigation, got OnStar. I don't know how it's gonna look in this video, but this headliner is perfect. You can see even the sides of the seats, they're not worn and messed up. You can look in these door jambs. There's no brown stains or signs that when the truck's been out in the mud and off-road a lot, there's certain signs and there's certain areas that never get clean, but this one's clean. It's obviously been out on the highway. Got heated seats and memory seats. Of course, all your tilt, cruise, all that good stuff. Automatic headlights, fog lights, trailer brake controls built in. Of course, this is a Southern truck, Mississippi truck, so zero rust. Now somebody has put a lot of money into adding separate DVD players in these rear headrests. They're tied into the navigation system up front. Yes, they do work. We've checked them. They work. You can see here these seats basically look new. No stains in the carpet, hadn't had Kool-Aid spilled everywhere. Got your cup holders, extra power outlets. You can look in here and see truck hadn't had any paint work, doesn't need any paint work. Got a big toolbox on it. Underneath here you can see the spare tire, surprisingly, is still under it. Even has the paint marks on the tread, so it hadn't never been used apparently. This has a real B&W turnover ball in it, which you may think, well, why would I need a turnover ball? Well, even if you don't need it, that's about $1,200–1,500 bucks. So, on down the line, you get ready to sell it. That's an expensive, valuable thing to have on the truck. And you can see, of course, even with a ball in it, you can have it sticking up, or you can turn it over and fold it flat, which I gave the ball to a different customer who was going to use it in another truck. It's got the Pro Coat spray-in bed liner. This tailgate, absolutely perfect. It's not dented up. Rear bumpers aren't dented up. It's got backup camera. See, it's the LTZ. You can look down the sides. The sides, they're straight as an arrow. Look under here, no rust whatsoever. The tires have excellent tread on them. Look back here, again, seats are in great shape. Look up front here, got all your books, got your instructions for the radio, all that good stuff. Of course, the carpets again are perfect. Zero rust anywhere. Heated seats on both front seats are heated, by the way. Just to finish walking around, you can see, of course, all the bumpers are perfect. Headlights aren't faded out, fogged up, anything like that. This is just a super clean, nice truck that's obviously spent its life out on the highway and is ready to spend some more time with you out on the highway, should you choose to buy it. It is a Z71. It's got the limited slip differentials, and it's got the let me just go back and show you all the options it does have. One thing I like about GM compared to Ford, you can tell exactly what options you're working with. It's got the skid plates, got the 373 limited slip differentials, got the towing package, got the heavy duty suspension package, which, you know, whether you buy from us or whomever, if you buy a truck that does not have limited slip differentials, you're not buying a four-wheel drive, you're buying a two-wheel drive, one in the front, one in the rear. So I always make sure you got limited slip. But anyway, I'm about to take you on a test drive, but before I do that, just want to say, if you have any questions, you can call me, 601-376-9869. Be glad to answer any questions you have. Super clean 2010 Silverado 2500 HD LTZ, no issues. Got navigation, got it all. Now we'll take you on a test drive. Okay, before I take you on a test drive, I'm going to show you under the hood. You can see how clean it is under here. We don't clean under hoods. This is just how it came into us. There's too much electronic stuff for me to let my guys go to work cleaning on them. But be that as it may, it does have a, it's got a brand new alternator. It's got a new belt. I went in and changed all the pulleys because a couple of them were squeaking, so I just replaced all of them. See, it's still running the factory extended life antifreeze like it should. They haven't been cheap and stuck green stuff in it. The engine's quiet. But the main thing I want to show you is there's absolutely no blow-by. Now, a little bit of smoke is no big deal as long as it's not puffing, but this one doesn't even have that. However, the main thing is when I set the cap down on the oil fill, it doesn't blow off. If the cap blows off, it means you've got worn out piston rings letting the engine compression get into the crankcase, and you got a wore out engine. But not the case with this truck. You can see we've been letting it idle. No warning lights on, other than the what am I trying to say, seatbelt light. It's got the DVD navigation system, see nav. It's also got, like I showed you in the initial walk around, it's got DVD units in the rear headrest. Also has traction control, dual zone, automatic climate control, which is ice cold, thank goodness, because right now it feels like about 75 degrees down here. So you can see though, no warning lights, no issues with any of that. It's got the controls here for your cruise control, the radio. Up here, of course, it's got the driver information center. You can scroll through your oil life, your miles per gallon, transmit, all your gauges and stuff. You can run through that. The radio has a spot you can put a SD card in it or USB. It's got some extra cords you can plug in, you know, phones and stuff. You can see there's the map. You can plug your directions in and all that, or just go back to the radio. It's all touch screen, and you can dim it and adjust it. It's got power adjustable pedals. The only thing I know of that doesn't work, you can see the light on for the parking sensors. It says parking service park assist. That's the parking sensors. That's the only thing on this truck that I can really nitpick. I don't know of anything else that doesn't work just like it should. Now you'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson. So even though the video may come out a little shaky, in reality inside the truck it has a great ride and drive. The truck is going to beep at me about my seatbelt, so I'm going to stop for a minute and put it on just so we don't have to listen to all that. Windshield has no cracks. There's one tiny little rock pick in it. You probably wouldn't notice if I hadn't pointed it out, but it's there just to, again, just a nitpick. Automatic dimming rear view mirror, got OnStar, got your lighted sun visors, and you know, I don't mean to sound like I'm nitpicking, but we know most of you buy these trucks sight unseen, and the majority of them end up getting shipped to wherever it is they're going. So we try and cover everything so you know nobody gets mad at us over a rock peck or a dent or a crease or anything like that. Like I said, dash, of course, absolutely no cracks. This engine's quiet. It does not sound like a diesel. That's just how these Duramaxes run. They're super quiet, and it does crank up perfect, hot or cold, which a Ford you want to hear crank cold. A Duramax you want to hear it crank hot, because if a Duramax is going to act up, and if it's got injector problems, anything like that, it's going to act up when it's hot. But not the case here. Now, after I bought this truck, they told me the injectors were replaced about 20,000 miles ago, but I didn't get any documentation, so can't prove it one way or the other, but I can tell you it runs perfect. And I'd already bought the truck when they told me, so you know it wasn't a sales pitch, that I'd already bought it. So anyway, just take that for what it's worth, but it does run and drive perfect. Even the steering wheel, I don't know if you can see in the video, it's not chewed up, it's not, you know, discolored, ripped, or torn. I mean, this truck has obviously spent its life out on the interstate. Hadn't been bogging through mud holes and everything else. It's got pretty much, I don't know of anything else you could have ordered on this truck that it doesn't have. I mean, it's got the, we put the navigation in. It had just a regular aftermarket stereo. We went ahead and added navigation. It's got a remote control on it. This is the 6-speed Allison automatic transmission. It's got the tow haul mode, or you can put it in manual shift mode and shift it up and down with these buttons if you want to control the shifts completely on your own. Down there, I don't know if you can see it real well, but down there is the electric trailer brake control. All that good stuff works. We've moved some campers with it, so I know it works. I'll get you out on the interstate here. You know, if we told you this truck had half the mile, you know, people think 238, that's a lot of miles, my God. But if a truck's been taken care of, there's no reason it can't go another 238,000 or more. The key is maintenance, and this truck has clearly been well maintained. It's just traded in at a local GMC dealer on a new one. Runs and drives perfect. There's no wind noise. We're going down the interstate now. You know, I don't know if you can hear it, but it doesn't rattle, doesn't squeak, or make any strange sounds, or you know, anything like that. I would not hesitate to get in this truck and drive it anywhere. It's just that kind of a truck. You can get in it, you can take it wherever you want to go. I wouldn't hesitate to make a trip in it. And you know, if you want to fly in, drive it home, you can. We'll be glad to pick you up at the airport, no extra charge. we'll bring you back to our office and do all the paperwork and make it a real smooth transaction. Or, you know, a lot of people, they rather have it shipped. They don't have time to fly in and make a road trip, so we'll be glad to help you find somebody or work with whoever you find. The thing to remember on shipping is that no matter what you do, if you find these online tools that give you quotes for shipping, generally you can do a lot better if you're not in a hurry. If you don't mind waiting anywhere from a couple days to maybe even a couple weeks, you can get a lot better price by finding somebody who's got a empty spot on their trailer that's headed your direction that'll make a deal just so they're not traveling with an empty spot. So you can get on UShip and name the price you'd like to pay, and I generally set it at about half whatever the suggested price is, and let people make bids on it until you find somebody that's got a price you can live with. So you can get a lot better deal on shipping if you don't mind being a little exercise, a little patience. Or you can use DAS auto shippers, Ready Auto Transport. We've had good luck with both of those, not had any trouble with them anyway. Everybody's had good dealings with them. Or if you're in Dallas, Atlanta, or Orlando, or can get to either of those three cities, I can get you a real good deal on shipping. Just call me about it. That being said, we pretty much covered it all. If you have any questions about this truck, give me a call. If you want to make an offer, want to talk price, call me. Be glad to go over everything with you. So we appreciate you watching this video and hearing everything I've got to say about it. And we look forward to hopefully seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.